Hello everybody, it is the Drag Detective and I am back for another Power Rankings episode. I asked you guys to vote for what you thought they should be, and the results to those polls will be on my Patreon, so check that out if you want. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'm always posting polls and memes and stuff on there. And also, make sure you are subscribed so that you can see whenever I post a new video, because I have a lot of fun ones coming out soon. So let's get right into it. Number 13, we have the Mackie doll herself. It is KAHMORA Hall. I don't think anyone is surprised to see her here. I think out of everybody, all 13 queens had the weakest verse in the challenge. It was a little bit like Roxy Andrews cringe. But she gave us some lovely outfits. But here's the thing. She does not do my favorite kind of drag. So my personal taste is not KAHMORA Hall's drag. So I was not personally blown away by anything that she did in this third episode that she was in. But I do think she shows a lot of personality. I do think that a lot of the queens that kind of fall into this archetype of pretty but maybe not doing the best in the challenges, they also don't really have a personality. They said that about Nikki Doll. They said it about Miss Fame. I think that KAHMORA actually has a lot of personality, and I think she's really funny. So I hope that maybe in these upcoming challenges, she can kind of harness that better into her performances. Because right now, if I had to pick who I thought would be going home first, it would be KAHMORA. Sorry, girl. But in 12th place, we have Joey J, who falls 2 spots from last week. Here's the thing. Joey, I really enjoy. I think she is very funny. I think she's very easy on the eyes. But I just don't think she's fully fleshed out yet. I don't think that she is a fully realized drag queen right now. I think that she maybe if she had waited like one more year, she would have been perfect to go into the show. But I just don't think that she fully stacks up compared to the other queens at this point. Obviously, there wasn't a bottom 2, but if there was, it would have been KAHMORA and Joey. So that definitely comes into play when I'm making these power rankings. The girls who won will get way more points in my little system than the queens who, got really bad critiques. So unfortunately, Joey is in 12th, but I do really think she has potential. It's just, will she be able to bring it out while she's still there? Because time is a ticking, gal, and the girlies are going to start going home, and I kind of feel like Joey might be one of the first casualties. Number 11, we have UTICA, who has fallen 4 spots from last week. And basically everyone at this point, I think, had a very good showing in their episode, whether it was episode 2 or episode 3. Only reason I put UTICA here is because everybody else above her has a legitimate storyline, a story arc set up for them. They are getting a lot of confessionals and stuff, and we haven't really learned a lot from UTICA except for her little speech on the main stage saying oh, she's religious, which isn't really a storyline. So I think that UTICA did a great job. I think her looks were incredible this week. I just think that a lot of other queens showed more in the personality realm. I'm more excited to see. This is not indicative of UTICA as a competitor. I do think that we might see her in the competition for a while. It's just right now, everyone else is a couple steps ahead of her, but I do think that she is a very fun character, and I can't wait to see her start to come out more in the future episodes. So in number 10, we have our biggest fall of the week, and that is Candy Muse, who was number 1 last week, but she falls to number 10 this week. And it is for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think she did a good job in the Congratulations performance. You literally could not understand a word she's saying. I've listened to that song maybe 20 times. I still could not tell you what she says. She obviously missed some of her marks and looked kind of lost on stage. And overall, I don't think her runways were that good, especially her kind of fembot Austin Powers one. I think that would have been great on season 6, but there needed to be something else, some other element to zhuzh it up a little bit now that we're on season 13. Also, I feel like we're going to kind of get the villain edit from her because she did not come across well in episode 2. So as much as I love Candy, I'm here for the villain arcs. I'm here for the villain edits. I love a good villain. I don't think that she is showing her best right now in the competition based on that performance on the runways and just everything. So I'm going to put her here at number 10 above Utica because Utica did lose her lip sync in episode 1 while Candy won it. So overall, Candy is pulling ahead of Utica, but I do think that I see more like potential in Utica as a competitor right now. Number 9, we have Gottmik, who has fallen 4 spots from last week. And I kind of feel like this is just like a little temporary chink in her armor. I do think Gottmik is going to be a competitor. I do think that this was more of a little stumble, and it won't be indicative of how she's going to be doing this entire season. She got a great storyline about gender dysphoria, which is something that a lot of people I don't think understand completely or even know about. So I think that she's doing great things for trans representation on the show. She gave incredible looks. That daytime look was one of my favorites ever, and her LeMay look was also incredible. She's shining in some areas, but in the challenge, she definitely would have been in the bottom 2 with Candy. So I'm going to drop her to 9, but come on, we all know she's going to start slaying soon. Number 8, we have someone who was dead last week, which is ELLIOTT with 2 T's. She jumped 5 spots this week. ELLIOTT shocked the absolute hell out of me this week. I really was not vibing with her in the first episode, but wow. She has such star quality. I think she had the absolute best performance and best verse in Congratulations. I sometimes will just go and listen to her part of the song and then just dip because it is so good. I fully could have seen her in that top 2 spot. Yeah, ELLIOTT is, there's a storyline set up for her. She is very funny. Some of the things that I kind of thought were annoying the first episode, I kind of found endearing by the end of episode 2. So I'm here for ELLIOTT. I am an ELLIOTT stan, and I didn't think that would be a thing based on episode 1. And a lot of the fandom is really seeming to enjoy her and like her a lot. So number 8 for ELLIOTT, and I hope that she continues to surprise us because that was a very big surprise this week. Number 7, we have the mother of the fandom, TAMISHA IMAN. Obviously, I would like to put TAMISHA higher, but she was in top 2, and she did lose her lip sync from episode 1, so this is about as high as I can put her. If this was a popularity contest, TAMISHA would be number 1, but it's not. So TAMISHA's at number 7. She rises 1 spot from last week. Her looks weren't incredible. I wasn't oh my gosh, I've never seen this before, but they were just clean. They were gorgeous. She looked incredible. I think that her storyline is really the mother of the season, and we're going to see her kind of take on that role. She just glows whenever she's on screen. She is such a superstar, and I really hope that we get more and more and more TAMISHA content throughout the season because I could watch her all day. Now, number 6 is someone who I was very excited for in the first episode, but kind of let me down a little bit in the second, and that is Tina Burner. She falls 3 spots from last week. Tina's fashion is a choice. As much as I really enjoy her personality and her shadiness and her jokes, she comes off as disingenuous. I feel like she's playing a character on TV. I don't feel like I'm really hearing from the real Tina Burner. And, making jokes and being shady, that's great, and I enjoy that. But, we're here to get to know these girls and fall in love with them. And I feel like by really playing up this, Tina Burner character, it's kind of taking us out of that for her. So I do hope that we kind of get more of the real Tina Burner in the upcoming episodes and maybe some better runways. But I did love her performance costume from Congratulations. That was really good. But everything else this episode, I was just kind of meh on. But she was given good critiques, and the judges seemed to really like her. So I couldn't be number 12, just because that's not what this power ranking is about, people. So Tina Burner is at number 6. Number 5, we have LALA, who is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't love every one of her runways. There's something I would have tweaked on every single one of them to make them even better. But, you cannot clock the mug. You cannot clock the wigs. She is gorgeous. And I loved her performance. I thought her performance in Congratulations was really fun. She looked great. She just has a smile that like Olivia just lights up the entire stage, and I could just watch her all day. So I'm really excited to see more from LALA Ri in the future episodes. But right now she's here at number 5. Number 4, we have the biggest jump on the rankings this week. We have Rosé. Now, y'all, I was not fucking with Rosé. I know a lot of you guys were not fucking with Rosé after the first episode. I don't know if I even am fucking with Rosé at this point, but she absolutely slayed this episode. Her Lady and the Vamp looks were incredible. They were the best looks of the night. I didn't love her plastic, sheer outfit, but her lip sync was funny, and her performance in the challenge was great. So Rosé definitely is another one that surprised me this week in a good way, and I could be a Rosé stan, maybe. Come on, Pink Jan. Number 3, we have the superstar Denali Fox. Oh my goodness, she did not have to eat this episode as much as she did, but she did that for us. The runways, the lip syncs, the verse. Out of Congratulations and Phenomenon, I think Denali's verse is the best of both songs. It was just so funny and so catchy, and she is the only bitch. I love her, and I've been watching her lives on Instagram, and she's just so genuine, and she's so charismatic, and I just love watching her on my screen. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for Denali. I know the fandom is eating her up, and I mean, can you blame them? So I'm very excited to see what she brings us the next couple of weeks. Now we have Olivia Lux at number 2, the best smile I have ever seen in my life. She is so gorgeous. Her runways in the day and nighttime looks were incredible. I didn't love her lame as much, but I mean, she is just gorgeous. I liked her lip sync to Break My Heart. It was funny to see her do it kind of comedically. What really blew me away was her performance in Congratulations. She looked incredible. That is the best look I have seen in ages. That body, I mean, it was literally just a bodysuit with fringe, but it was so gorgeous, and she looked snatched in it. Olivia seems like she could be the fan favorite this year. If I had to pick someone right now for Miss Congeniality, I would say it would be Olivia Lux. So she jumps 2 spots to number 2. And obviously that leaves a very obvious winner edit so far that I'm clocking. Number 1 is Simone. Obviously Simone is gorgeous. Did I love her runways this week? Loved the wrestling one, the lame. Didn't like the nighttime one, and then I loved the daytime. So it was kind of a hit or miss for me this week for her. She oozes personality. She oozes charisma. She's hilarious. Her lip sync was incredible. Her verse was, I mean, everyone is just saying, I'm Simone and I'm here for the throne. People are going to be saying that all season long. Rue even told her, you have a star quality. And for her to say that on episode 2, I mean, I don't know, y'all. We might have our winner right here. I would bet money that Simone is going to be vying for that crown in the very end, just based on what we've seen from her so far. So those are my power rankings. Let me know in the comments below what you think. After the episode on Friday, I'm going to be posting the poll for episode 4. And like I said, check out Patreon, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe for more. And I have a lot of fun things I'm working on right now that I cannot wait to share with you guys. So I'm really enjoying this season, and I just want to keep having fun with it. So I'm just going to go solve the mystery of how ELLIOTT didn't get a top 2 placement. So I will talk to you guys soon.